This looks bad. Our men are surrounded by yellow turbans.
It is the height of foolishness to set up camp on a narrow path when you have such numbers.
Yeah, but look on the bright side. Now we get to rescue them.
Yes. You finished talking?
Do this right.
Let's get on with it, Yuan.
Yeah! Oh, whoa! Whoa!
Words are not needed for him. Impressive.
During the later Han period, the signs of impending rebellion were everywhere. Corruption within the imperial court had thrown the land into chaos and caused the people to suffer greatly. In this time of uncertainty, the people found themselves yearning for change. Zhang Jiao, the leader of a religious sect known as the Way of Peace, fanned the flames of rebellion and formed an army. This uprising would later come to be known as the Yellow Turban Rebellion. The threat of the Yellow Turbans loomed like a dark cloud over the Han. Sensing their impending doom, the imperial court raised the call for troops across the land. Among those who answered, one was determined to use the turmoil to make a name for himself. His name was Cao Cao, the hero of chaos. With numerous loyal followers, he threw himself into the battle. For within his heart burned a secret ambition, the likes of which the world had never seen.
The Han has already burned out. Fools who would defy heaven's will, feel its fiery fury!
What a hot...
What is it that you wish to achieve by defeating me?
An end to the conflict. Nothing more.
You fool. The Han's days are over. Defeating me won't stop anything at all.
It is not my task to read the future. All I need do is follow my lord.
You blind, pathetic fool. You may find your loyalty is rewarded with heartless betrayal.
He has been dealt with. The conflict is over.
I will continue to rely on you.
Long past its peak, the Han Empire had nowhere to go but down. However, the might of Cao Cao helped bring an end to the Yellow Turban Rebellion. As a result of his deeds in battle, he was promoted to the rank of colonel. Meanwhile, the Han imperial court lost the last vestiges of its authority and influence. It was then that Cao Cao's childhood friend, Yuan Shao, rose to power. We must slay the 10 eunuchs who are responsible for this corruption. He gathered together various warlords and eliminated the eunuchs. However, from his position within the imperial court, Cao Cao could sense it. The 10 eunuchs were not the only ones harboring the smoldering sparks of rebellion. For there was another threat, a violent wind capable of toppling the once mighty Han Empire. And that threat had a name, Dong Zhuo, a brutal warlord feared far and wide.
We said we were fighting for the good of the land. Men flocked to our cause, and we claimed victory. But among those men were evildoers like Dong Zhuo. Now he has ultimate power, and it seems our efforts were all for naught. I don't know if the Han will ever be able to bring peace to this land.
A fine speech. Very rousing.
Yes, well, we must stop Dong Zhuo. You owe me, remember? You're going to help. Got that?
What is it?
My lord, Dong Zhuo wants to see you.
So, you're keeping wild animals now?
I am Lu Bu. You must be the fleeing rat.
I'll just go tidy things up.
You knew this would be dangerous, didn't you?
I wish to see this Dong Zhuo with my own eyes.
I don't know how long I'll last doing stuff like this. Maybe I should get out of the bodyguard.
Then maybe I'll get you a guard dog like Lu Bu.
No.
Having managed to elude Dong Zhuo's pursuit, Cao Cao fled the capital. Yuan Shao was forced to retreat to Ji province in the north as well. The other warlords also escaped the capital and returned to the homes which they had left behind. As waves of tyranny washed over the capital, only the sound of Dong Zhuo's cruel laughter could be heard. It seemed as if the land was doomed to be shrouded in chaos. Yet Cao Cao, who was at his best in times of adversity, had already prepared his next move. He raised troops and sent a call to arms to the various warlords across the land. His aim was to form a coalition against Dong Zhuo, with Yuan Shao as its leader. And so, Yuan Shao, Cao Cao, and numerous other brave souls began their march on the capital to confront Dong Zhuo. Which side would emerge victorious? The harbingers of a new age, or the tyrant who epitomized the evil that men do? The answer would soon be revealed on the field of battle.
Hua Xiong.
The enemy general, Hua Xiong, has fallen before me.
He's too strong!
Magnificent. I am impressed.
We don't need him.
Now he's done it. He's gone and got him mad.
Almost as quickly as they had come, the winds of tyranny disappeared from the land. Faced with the onslaught led by Cao Cao, Dong Zhuo was driven from Luoyang. In his new capital of Chang'an, he soon found himself betrayed and murdered by his retainer Lu Bu. For a time, the land knew peace once more. However, with nobody to rule, this newfound peace was tenuous at best. If only there was a hero who could unite the land. Powerful though he was, Cao Cao was yet one warlord among many. It was then that remnants of the Yellow Turban Army rose up again. They moved from Qing province, looking to assassinate the Viceroy of Yan. Having made a name for himself in the battle against Dong Zhuo, Cao Cao was requested to come to the assistance of Yan province.
Hey! This is our turf! What do you think you're doing?
Hunting tigers.
What are you leading the enemy here for? I'll get rid of them for you.
It's them! You teach them a lesson, will you?
They feed me once, and now I've got to look after their sorry hides. You might be worth the trouble.
Our enemy is the Yellow Turbans, though they have no officers of note left. But they still have numbers, and their tenacity must not be underestimated.
I was hunting tigers, but I seem to have caught something better. He's strong, and I can vouch for his courage. He'd make a good bodyguard.
Very well. He's hired.
You mean I'm your bodyguard? Are you sure?
You come with the highest recommendation.
He's your commander?
Yep. You'd better get used to him.
Are you the one who's been messing up our fields?
Such incredible strength! For my lord, I will stand my ground.
All right then. Try this.
The commander! Get him!
Look out! My lord, you must stay back!
With a man like you protecting me, I can afford the odd adventure.
My lord! Please!
Why is it that you fight? For your departed lord? To defeat the Han?
We're here because we want to stay alive!
We can't live in a war-ravaged land!
How could you ever understand us?
Stop it! I know that you're suffering inside. But if you steal crops from other people, then they'll suffer too.
You're right.
The answer was simple all along. This conflict is caused by the fact that the right people aren't in the right place. All of you, you must set aside your differences and come with me. I will give you all that you desire.
Future historians would say this was when Wei's rise to power began. With the rebellion quelled, Cao Cao became the ruler of Yan province. In addition, he welcomed all of the Yellow Turbans who had surrendered into his ranks. They were named the Qing Province Army and became the main unit of Cao Cao's forces. What was it that these troops from Qing, as well as the people themselves, desired? Knowing the answer, Cao Cao swiftly mobilized his army. Dongzhuo's tyranny had left the land surrounding the capital barren and neglected. Cao Cao decided to give these lands to the Qing troops to tend as farmland. Seeing this move, the warlord Yuan Shu immediately understood the threat that Cao Cao would one day become. He mobilized Tao Qian of Shu province, sending him to attack Cao Cao's rear flank. Sensing the impending attack, Cao Cao moved to strike first, dispatching his troops to Shu. Joining him in the march was Shu Chu, who had joined Cao Cao in the previous battle. However, neither Shu Chu nor even Cao Cao himself noticed that behind them was an ominous shadow, looming even larger than that of Dongzhuo himself.
Lu Bu. He's here already.
Leave it to me! Yeah! I will give my life to keep you safe!
Yan Wei!
Hey,
Don't
cut it
do
out!
it! You and I have to stay alive. We're dead. We can't protect our lord.
Cao Cao defeated Tao Qian and forced even the mighty Lu Bu to retreat. He now possessed a sizable territory, capable officers, and a well-trained army. Indeed, the hero of chaos had taken the first steps towards seizing the land. As if to celebrate his accomplishments, a tremendous opportunity appeared before Cao Cao. The emperor had fled the ruins of the capital of Chang'an. Cao Cao took the emperor under his protection and headed for his base at Xuzhong. Thus, he became more than a mere warlord, something much more formidable.
Our lord has the emperor under his thumb, yet he makes no move. And the first thing he does is give land to the peasants?
Lord Cao Cao has given fields to me and the men of Qing province.
Well, I'm sure our Lord will remember to collect his taxes.
He's using the old carrot and stick to keep them all firmly in line.
He seeks a land where everyone will know the value of hard work, you mean?
So, that's what our Lord wants after the war, you think?
Dian Wei. I think you know him better than anyone these days.
You mean we're making a land where every man has to feed himself?
Yeah.
Then you need to learn how to plow a field, too. I'll teach you.
Yeah, some other time.
Yeah! Everyone has to pitch in. Come on!
But I'm a warrior.
Come on, man. Put your back into it.
With the Emperor under his control, Cao Cao sent a clear message of his intent to rule the land. However, many battles yet stood between him and total domination. In Hebei, Yuan Shao had gathered a massive army to further his own ambitions. Additionally, Yuan Shu had obtained the legendary Imperial Seal and used its authority to declare himself emperor. These two powerful opponents bided their time, waiting for an opportunity to strike against Cao Cao. Furthermore, numerous warlords began circling the emperor like a pack of hungry wolves waiting to pounce. It was then that Cao Cao found himself embroiled in a heated battle. His opponent was Zhang Xiu, who hailed from the land of Wan. With the mighty Dian Wei on his side, Cao Cao was confident of his advantage going into battle.
Army is as mighty as they say. Take out the commander and the rest would fall. But with that warrior by his side... there's nothing more we can do.
You would abandon me?
Well, if it truly bothers you, I suppose you could always surrender.
What?
Oh, yes. If you are going to surrender, make sure you do it humbly. Lord Cao Cao, you would leave in the middle of our party? That's enough. His bodyguard may still be with him, but we can overcome too. Aim for Cao Cao.
Dian Wei! The first time I met you, I thought you were a little crazy, my lord. But when I saw how happy you made Shu-Chu, I understood. I knew I wanted to see the world you could create.
Dian Wei!
But he's riddled with arrows. He's inhuman.
Fire!
No one is getting past me! Go now! Escape while you still can!
I will not apologize, but I will make your dream a reality.
Don't let him get away. After him!
My lord, promise me you will make our dream of a new world a reality. Sorry, Shuju. Maybe we'll tend your field together another time.
I have proven unworthy.
I will not kill you.
What? You would show mercy to a man like this?
Not mercy. You killed Dian Wei and drove me to the brink. Your talents will serve to bring my rule closer.
You are a wise man, my lord.
No mercy. If I find you are no use to me, you are dead.
Dian Wei was dead. After successfully avenging his loyal retainer's death, Cao Cao set out in search of a path forward. A path of ambition. A path that would quickly and effectively lead him to domination of the land. A path that some would deride as cruel and ruthless. Cao Cao was determined to walk this path, alone if necessary. He returned to Xuzhang, and together with his new strategist, Jia Shu, he began plotting his next move. Yuan Shao and his massive army in Hebei. The self-proclaimed Emperor Yuan Shu. Jia Shu determined that Cao Cao must solidify his current position before taking on these two mighty foes. Just then, Liu Bei, who had taken Tao Qian's place as ruler of Shu, came in search of help. He had been attacked by none other than Lu Bu, who had been under his protection. Cao Cao gathered Xiahou Duin as well as Liu Bei and his men, and set out for Xiapi in Shu province. Liu Bei, Lu Bu, and Cao Cao. Among the fields of Shu province, three heroes of the age would soon be engaged in heated battle.
About time. But here is where the real battle begins. We must claim Lu Bu's head. Don't fall behind Guan Yu.
My lord!
General!
Don't just stand there! Follow me!
Loosen these ropes!
They're just right for a wild animal.
Xiahou Duin. Fine work.
Cao Cao, I hear that you make use of talented enemies. Then use me. The world will be yours.
Have some dignity, Lu Bu. Die like a man of courage and integrity.
Kill Lu Bu.
Cao Cao! Curse you! Why?
So, would you have shown mercy to that animal?
Kill me. I am ready to die.
No. Stand, Zhang Liao. You will be an integral part of my plans.
Cao Cao managed to defeat Lu Bu at Shu Province. With that battle behind him, he moved toward a massive confrontation with his old friend, Yuan Shao. First, he lent some troops to Liu Bei and gave him orders to eliminate Yuan Shu. Cao Cao figured that Liu Bei would relish the opportunity to face such a powerful opponent. And just as he expected, Liu Bei immediately set out for battle. Indeed, Cao Cao would use anybody at his disposal in order to further his ambitions, even the Emperor himself. However, his actions began to lead to unrest within the imperial court. And so, the Emperor issued a decree that Cao Cao was to be assassinated.
Cao Cao, you mean to kill me?
I would never presume to do so, Your Highness.
I tried to have you killed. I would have no right to complain.
You are a wise man, Your Highness. If it is your wish to kill me, I will not stop you.
You frighten me. You shed no tears for your allies. You side with the enemy if necessary. And when someone is not needed, you get rid of them. Even if it is me.
A country needs its people. And without a ruler, the people are lost. Your Highness is needed. At least, while I am alive, that is. Your presence allows me to move freely. To walk upon my ordained path to build a new and better land.
As ordered, Liu Bei attacked the Yuan Shu army and emerged victorious. In his weakened state, Yuan Shu was no longer a match for Cao Cao and passed away shortly thereafter. It was then that suddenly Liu Bei rose in rebellion. Cao Cao was determined to bring his massive army down upon Liu Bei's forces, leaving none unpunished. Liu Bei was a mere nuisance whose blind devotion to the concept of virtue would only lead to more chaos. Liu Bei's army crumbled before the might of Cao Cao's ambition. Once again, Liu Bei was forced to wander the land with no place to call his own. As a result of this fierce battle, Cao Cao welcomed a new general into his ranks. It was none other than Guan Yu, a warrior who combined honor, loyalty, bravery, and intelligence into one formidable package. Having coveted Guan Yu for a long time, Cao Cao was pleased to finally have him by his side. Finally, he was ready to face his old friend Yuan Shao. Having made the necessary preparations, he advanced his army toward Guandu, the site where all would be decided. Cao Cao and Yuan Shao, their battle for control of the land was about to begin.
It is clear what strategy we must use. Place decoys at Bai Ma and Yanjin. Then, launch attacks from each unit. He has numbers, but Yuan Shao is indecisive and imperceptive. He is a man of the past. This should be enough to deal with him.
However, the problem is those decoys, though. The enemy is so great in number that they'll be simply overrun.
Exactly. You're a smart man. I can see why our Lord values you so.
Forgive me. It was not my place to speak out.
Then you will have to go yourself, Father.
So I would be the decoy.
Quite brilliant, Lord Cao Pi. Your father must be proud.
Watch as Yuan Shao's life goes up in flames. Do you want to be turned to ash too?
No!
Or will you be a beacon that lights up this land?
Very well. I shall burn with righteous fervor for you! Oh!
You fiend! Show some respect to your betters. Do you forget the nobility of my station? Your insolence will not be forgotten!
The Yuan have been set on the road to ruin.
Yuan Shao has passed away. The Central Plains are now under our control.
Many years have passed since Guandu. It took longer than I had hoped. But Father, the war is not over yet.
Of course not. Our dominion must be recognized by all.
Another relic of the past has died. The new age of my father is at hand. But one day his time too will pass. Father, the future that you seek, your dreams, are they the same as my own?
Due to the efforts of Cao Pi, heir to the Cao throne, and many others, Yuan Shao was eliminated. With Hebei and the Central Plains under his control, Cao Cao had amassed the largest force in the land. Next, he turned his steely gaze toward the south. There, the major figures included Liu Biao in Jing, Liu Zhang in Yi, and Sun Quan in Jiangdong. Cao Cao decided to attack Jing as his first target. Liu Biao was killed during the initial attack, and his successor Liu Cong agreed to surrender to Cao Cao. However, Cao Cao did not let down his guard and continued to advance his army to Jing. The people of Jing trembled in fear before him. Without a doubt, Liu Bei would feel pity for the people and throw himself into the fray. Learning of Liu Bei's whereabouts, Guan Yu left Cao Cao and went to rejoin his sworn brother. Together with the peasants, Guan Yu fled from Cao Cao's advance and made his way toward Jiangling. This time, Cao Cao was determined to put an end to the meddling Liu Bei and finally realize his ambition. To that end, he would go to any lengths necessary. Cao Cao ordered Zhang Liao to give pursuit. For it was now that the hero of chaos was about to transform into something decidedly less heroic.
Liu Bei must be killed. Cut down any who impede you.
My lord, Liu Bei's army features many who are not soldiers, but mere peasants.
They have chosen to side with him of their own free will. Therefore, they are our enemy. Soldier or peasant, it matters not. Do not forget, you are my blade. I choose who you cut and whose blood will stain.
Lord Zhang Liao, we have sighted the enemy rearguard.
Yes, it is time for me to take to the battlefield.
I am Zhang Fei. All right now. Who wants to take me on?
Prepare yourself, Guan Yu. Zhang Liao, you are a remarkable warrior.
I am my lord's blade. I cut him a path. Your blade is indecisive. I could never lose to you.
Silence!
Guan Yu, are you all right?
Look who's come wandering back. You're mine, brother! You don't know when to quit!
My lord!
How? Any normal opponent would have been dead by now.
No matter how many times we are defeated, we will continue fighting to keep our brothers safe. His benevolence gives us the strength to go on.
More forces are approaching. Come, men.
You'll see. The day will come when our brother's virtue will overcome Cao Cao. Forgive me, my lord.
The conflict will continue.
A new world lay just before them. Zhang Liao's fierce pursuit forced Liu Bei's forces to scatter. Liu Bei himself managed to escape to Jiangsha. Cao Cao secured his hold on Jing and immediately moved to apply pressure on Sun Quan in Jiangdong. With his giant navy, he filled the banks of the Changjiang. If he could defeat Sun Quan and Liu Zhang of Yi Province, his conquest would be complete. Xu Chu and Cao Cao's other generals could almost picture the day when their long journey would come to an end. Little did they know that lying in wait for them was a secret plot by the strategists Zhuge Liang and Zhou Yu. Cao Cao would need to summon all of his might to bring his plans to fruition. For his destiny would soon be decided here, along the banks of Cherbi.
Huh. So my greatest enemy turns out to be you.
Go.
Is this duty or pity?
If anything, it is confidence. I truly believe that Liu Bei will soon soar high above this land. When that day comes, you and I will meet again on even footing. And I will claim the very head from your shoulders.
Until we meet again, then.
Cao Cao's ambition had been swallowed in a sea of crimson flame. However, he would not abandon his quest. Not until he seized the land that he had fought so long and hard for. Several days after the Battle of Cherbi, he returned to Xuzhang.
Thrust! Sweep! And again! Remember the shame of Cherbi! Never again! Is that it? Is that all you lot have?
Dianwei!
Oh, it's a demon! Lord Liu Bei, save us!
Someday soon, your head will be mine.
My lord, wake up.
I was dreaming.
I thought you were depressed by Cherbi, but I see you're relaxed enough to nap.
There is no point in crying now. Now is a time for rest. For eating, sleeping, and training for our next battle.
Cao Cao, Sun Quan, Liu Bei. Following the Battle of Zhebi, these three men became the center of everything. Cao Ren, charged with the defense of Jiangling, performed admirably against the combined onslaught of Sun Quan and Liu Bei. Even though the city eventually fell to Zhou Yu, he was able to hold out for more than a year. Afterward, Cao Cao again began plotting a campaign to invade the south and sent for Ma Teng. Ma Teng was one of the men involved in the previous attempt to assassinate Cao Cao. Cao Cao was determined to eliminate this possible threat before making his move south. However, his actions would lead to trouble in the west. With his father killed, Ma Teng's son, Ma Chao, gathered an army together with Han Sui and rose up against Cao Cao. Cao Cao was forced to postpone his southern campaign and instead sent his troops to Guanzhong. He was more than prepared to face his new adversary, a man consumed by the desire for revenge. The strategies of his master tactician at the ready, they came head-to-head at Tong Gate.
I suppose it is from fatigue, but Lord Cao Cao seems to have lost his edge.
Really? Well, isn't it the job of a strategist to cover for that?
It is hard for even me when he does too much. You seem tired, my lord. If it isn't the splendid Ma Chao. Does everyone have to be so keen to die?
Come, you meddling strategist! Face me if you dare!
Guanzhong now belongs to you. Where will you go from here, my lord?
The future is unknown.
Really? I thought you were a man of vision.
I am. I simply realize that things do not always go as planned. Including the fates of Liu Bei, Sun Quan, and indeed, my own.
I think you're right. Our lord does seem a little tired.
Time is limited. Ma Chao fell in defeat before the strategies of Cao Cao and Jia Shu. Fearful of Cao Cao expanding his influence in the west, Liu Zhang of Yi turned to Liu Bei for help. Considering the chaos of the times, this proved to be a costly mistake. Sensing an opportunity, Liu Bei left Guan Yu in charge of Jing and moved to invade Yi. By seizing Yi from Liu Zhang, Liu Bei managed to establish a foothold in his own quest for power. Cao Cao of Wei, Sun Quan of Wu, and now Liu Bei of Shu. The land was divided into three. Upon hearing of Liu Bei's conquest of Yi, Cao Cao advanced his men toward Hanzhong, which was under the control of Zhonglu. By securing Hanzhong, which lay to the north of Shu, he would seal off Liu Bei's movements. Indeed, it seemed a very natural move for the ruthlessly logical Cao Cao to make. However, Xiahou Yuan and the others felt uneasy as they headed for Yangping Gate. They felt as if Cao Cao was uncharacteristically acting out of haste. Time is limited. Even the hero of chaos could not change this law of nature.
General, it is time. Lost in thought, General?
I was thinking about how it used to be just me doing our Lord. Our kingdom has grown. And that's a good thing, you know. But
the people have been drawn to the three of you. It's only natural. And this battle is your chance to prove why.
Well, we can't be late. Let's get going.
We'll dazzle them!
Thanks to the efforts of Xiahou Yuan and Zhang He, the lands of Hanzhong now belong to Cao Cao. However, there were three kingdoms vying for control of the land. By attacking one, you merely left yourself open to be attacked by the other. Sensing an opportunity to strike Cao Cao, Wu moved its army north. At Shu's behest, they advanced their forces to Hefei. The bulk of the Wei forces were concentrated in Hanzhong, leaving their defenses in Hefei thin. Amid the commotion within the camp, Cao Cao stood alone, calm and collected as always. He was determined to defend Hefei by any means necessary, and would not give it up without a fight. As the Wu army closed in, his blade stood firm, glistening in the sunlight. The Wei ranks were blessed with the presence of Zhang Liao, and the legend, which would be told for generations to come, was about to begin.
The Wu forces are relentless. We should hold up and await reinforcements.
Unless we strike back, the castle will fall. I, for one, am not afraid to give my life for the good of my kingdom. I am Zhang Liao. Who will face me?
I'm afraid
be back. When they return, we will repel them again.
You are a man of true determination.
My lord's vision of the future is resolute and unwavering. Therefore, I too must be unwavering.
Thanks to the efforts of Cao Cao's loyal blade, Zhang Liao, the defenses at Hefei held firm. With the immediate threat removed, it was the perfect chance to advance from Hanzhong toward Yi. However, much to everybody's surprise, Cao Cao instead returned home to Xuchang. There was tremendous speculation as to the reasoning behind his actions. Was he focusing on building up his domestic strength? Or perhaps he was wary of the threat posed by Guan Yu in Jing? Or perhaps Cao Cao's health was fading, and he could no longer participate in a drawn-out military campaign. Meanwhile, seeing Cao Cao's absence as an opportunity, Shu advanced on Hanzhong. There, the Wei generals Xiahou Yuan and Zhang He stood guard over the summit of Mount Dingjuin. Whatever Cao Cao's true intent was, it was hidden by his sudden withdrawal from the front lines. And it would not be known until the victor of this battle had been decided.
The weather's quite good, which means that our camp is all too visible.
I must admit, this hinders us more than it helps us.
So, that's where you are, old man.
I will go forth.
No, I'll take care of it. You stay here! Scratched me. I'm off my game.
Come, boy. You haven't beaten me yet!
Know when to give up, old man. Take him away.
Lord Cao Cao's forces are here!
My lord, I hope what we have achieved will please him.
What the? How? Catch me if you can!
Come on. It breaks now? Where's the luck?
Preparations for our retreat are complete. We must not waste more lives.
Guan Yu has moved upon Fan Castle. We have lost Hanzhong, but at least we have drawn him out. As agreed, you must draw up an alliance with Sun Quan.
My lord.
You just threw away Hanzhong? Threw away my cousin's life?
Xiahou Yuan's death was not planned. But if it enables us to kill Guan Yu, then he would have been happy.
You! Our lord wanted to retreat and prepare for Guan Yu's attack. But he has allowed me to launch an offensive. He does not wish General Yuan's death to have been in vain. I can sense the sorrow that I know he is feeling.
It had all been a ruse to lure out Guan Yu. The province of Jing. In the Age of the Three Kingdoms, it was one of the most important strategic locations in the land. And as long as the brave Guan Yu stood guard there, it was a threat to both Wei and Wu. So Cao Cao had feigned an opening so that Shu would attack. And just as he had predicted, Guan Yu came north and attacked Wei's stronghold of Fan Castle. All of this was an elaborate plan to topple the mighty Shu warrior. To realize this plan, he had sacrificed the lands of Hanzhong, as well as his trusted lieutenant, Xiahou Yuan. However, Cao Cao had no regrets. For Xiahou Yuan had chosen his duty, knowing that it would help lead his master to his ultimate goal of conquest. With what little life Cao Cao had remaining, he knew he must move to secure his legacy. He instructed Sima Yi and his men to work together with Wu in order to defeat Guan Yu. He could not show the slightest hint of his sadness at the loss of his right-hand man, nor of his own weakened state due to illness. At last, the price of Cao Cao's ambition had nearly caught up with him.
I have to kill Guan Yu.
We will work with Wu to kill him. There is no need for you to go.
Did you think I didn't know about your illness? We don't have time to sit idly by and wait for Wu to move.
Guan Yu's defeat will bring our rule closer, but it is not the end of the road.
Before you die, I will at least show you a glimpse of your dream. Don't worry. I'll finish this.
Is your lord Cao Cao still alive?
He says he can't die before you do. The road to conquest lies through you.
And the road to being reunited with my brother lies through you.
Your legendary might and your loyalty to your brothers will go down in history. But I hated you with all my being. It's over. Cao Cao.
Wu should be placated by the fact that much of Jing province has been returned to them. Once we eliminate Shu, they won't be able to offer any resistance.
You need your rest. Just leave it be.
You're right. It is time for my path of conquest to end and for me to meet my destiny. Xiao Dun, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
What nonsense is this?
Wei, I can finally tell you I'm sorry. Xiahou Yuan, forgive me.
Long live the Emperor! Long live the Emperor! Long live the Emperor! Long live the
Sima Yi, fine work. I thank you.
My lord, you still have much to do in the days to come.
Of course. I have to build us all a new land. I am not like my father. The world I create will not be like his. But I will say this. My father laid the foundations, and now I will build upon them.